Referendums of a kind are due to be held for 4 days, starting today in the ethnically Russian areas of Ukraine, now controlled by Russia. So in Luhansk and in Donetsk regions, that official Russian media already is calling the Luhansk People's Republic and the Donetsk People's Republic like they were independent nations already, independent of Ukraine anyhow. But in giving them these names, Russia is indicating officially which way the results they expect to go. And no one has any doubts about that. It would be a miracle for a majority of Russian-speaking people in these regions to opt for Ukraine in a transparently free vote. This really is a move to formalize Russian annexation of these regions, as with Crimea earlier. These two regions already have so-called parliaments of their own, and those have voted for the referendums to be carried out with approval from Moscow. But that approval from Moscow sits at odds with peacemaking moves underway. Several world leaders have met Putin in recent days, and President Putin apparently has been talking his desire for peace. These leaders have included Prime Minister Modi and several others. But this sort of verbal diplomatic encouragement to peace is out of sync with the facts on the ground, which seek to give legitimacy and permanence to this occupation of Ukraine. To add to these regions, the Russian-backed head of the port city of Kherson has sought a similar referendum. The head of that region said that he hopes that Kherson will soon become a part of Russia, as he said, a fully fledged subject of a united country, and Zaporizhia is to follow. The commonality across all these regions is that they have a strong ethnic Russian majority. Certainly now that most others have left. The special military operation, as Russia has called this invasion, is now focused on making these areas, in effect, a part of Russia. Is the Russian calculation now that past some diplomatic noise, its de facto occupation of the ground will in time come to be accepted, if not recognized? In this, it may have miscalculated. World opinion, including that of Russia's friends such as India and China too, are far less ready now to support such occupation than they were with Crimea. Ukraine clearly is not going to accept this. Its foreign minister has said that sham referendums will not change anything, that Ukraine has the right to liberate its territories and will keep liberating them, and that is not just a diplomatic statement. Ukrainian forces have retaken large areas of land occupied earlier by Russian forces. Riding that success, Ukraine is not about to give up its territory to occupying Russian forces. These regions have all seen a strong separatist Russian movement since 2014. For Russia, the invasion is more an invitation from these separatists now to liberate them and to take them into Russia's fold, which does mean that even though the outcome of the referendums will not be accepted by anyone other than Russia, unless it's Belarus, not very helpfully, it will be difficult for Ukraine too to take control and resettle people back in. The new move will make matters here worse for a long time to come.